free and home. Order, home. Right, hey. Forward, hard. Turn left, turn left, turn left, right, left, turn left, turn left, turn left, right, left. Guard, hold. Left, hey.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hail at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and the bright stars through the perilous fight, all the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say, doth that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave.
Hello, I'm Dennis Waite, a Marine veteran from Alachua County. It is my privilege to lead you in the Pledge of Allegiance to the flag of the United States of America. Raise your right hand. Repeat after me. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Thank you.
Good morning. My name is Young Marine Master Gunnery Sergeant Abigail Islam. The Milton Lewis Young Marine Color Guard is now going to present the flag folding ceremony. Joining me for the ceremony is Young Marine Master Gunnery Sergeant Osved, Young Marine Master Gunnery Sergeant Crawford, and Young Marine Sergeant Russell. The flag folding ceremony represents the same religious principles on which our country was originally founded. The portion of the flag denoting honor is the canton of blue containing the stars, representing the states our veterans served in uniform. The canton field of blue dresses from left to right and is inverted when draped as a pall on a casket of a veteran who has served our country in uniform. In the armed forces of the United States, at the ceremony of retreat, the flag is lowered, folded in a triangle fold, and kept under watch throughout the night as a tribute to our nation's honored dead. The next morning, it is brought out and at the ceremony of reveille, run aloft as a symbol of our belief in the resurrection of the body. The first fold of our flag is a symbol of life. The second fold is a symbol of our belief in the eternal life. The third fold is made in honor and remembrance of the veteran departing our ranks who gave a portion of life for the defense of our country to attain a peace throughout the world. The fourth fold represents our weaker nature, for as American citizens trusting in God, it is to Him we turn to in times of peace, as well as in times of war for His divine guidance. The fifth fold is a tribute to our country, for in the words of Stephen Decatur, our country in dealing with other countries, may she always be right, but it is still our country, right or wrong. The sixth fold is for where our hearts lie. It is with our hearts that we pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America, and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, in liberty and justice for all. The seventh fold is a tribute to our armed forces, for it is through the armed forces that we protect our country and our flag against all her enemies, whether they be found within or without the boundaries of our republic. The eighth fold is a tribute to the one who entered into the valley of the shadow of death, that we might see the light of day, and to honor Mother, for whom it flies on Mother's Day. The ninth fold is a tribute to womanhood, for it has been through their faith, love, loyalty, and devotion that the character of the men and women who have made this country great have been molded. The 10th fold is a tribute to Father, for he too has given his sons and daughters for the defense of our country since they were first born. The 11th fold, in the eyes of a Hebrew citizen, represents the lower portion of the seal of King David and King Solomon, and glorifies in their eyes the God of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. The 12th fold, in the eyes of a Christian citizen, represents an emblem of eternity and glorifies in their eyes God the Father, the Son, and Holy Ghost. When the flag is completely folded, the stars are uppermost, reminding us of our national motto, "In God We Trust." After the flag is completely folded and tucked in, it takes on the appearance of a cocked hat, ever reminding us of the soldiers who served under General George Washington and the sailors and Marines who served under Captain John Paul Jones, who were followed by their comrades and shipmates in the armed forces of the United States, preserving for us the rights, privileges, and freedoms we enjoy today. Thank you.
I am Jamie Hill, Executive Officer, Milton Lewis Young Marines. Today we remember and honor all our service members and their sacrifice so we can enjoy the freedom and safety we have today. Today and every Memorial Day, the Young Marines remember and honor Corporal Milton Lewis, U.S. Marine Corps, who was laid to rest here at the City of Gainesville's Evergreen Cemetery. It seemed only appropriate to name the Young Marine Unit in Gainesville after a fine American and U.S. Marine. Corporal Lewis is the highest decorated service member here at the City of Gainesville's Evergreen Cemetery. He was awarded the Navy Cross, which is our nation's second highest decoration for valor. He was the first person from Gainesville, Alachua County, to be killed in action during World War II. He was mortally wounded on the island of Tulagi, August 7th, 1942. He was awarded the Purple Heart. Corporal Lewis's family, Linda Reeves, with her children, nephew, and family, attends our ceremony each year and lays a wreath and rosemary on his grave. Due to the CO-19 virus, they weren't able to join us this year. Today, our Milton Lewis Young Marines Color Guard laid a wreath and the American flag on his grave in remembrance. A live red rose and rosemary was placed on his grave on behalf of Linda Reeves and her family. This outstanding young man, a U.S. Marine, Corporal Milton Lewis, will always be remembered on Memorial Day and never forgotten. Semper Fi, and God bless America.
Good morning. I'm Thomas Wisniewski, Director of the North Florida South Georgia Veterans Health System. With deep respect and gratitude each year, we observe Memorial Day. This year, Memorial Day will be celebrated differently throughout our country. For the safety of all, many have canceled traditional Memorial Day ceremonies and are hosting virtual events such as this one. We are certainly experiencing challenging times in our world, our nation, our communities, our healthcare systems, and our personal lives. It is important that we never forget those that have paid the ultimate sacrifice for our country. We should also take a moment to honor all the healthcare workers that have been selfless in their treatment of our veterans and others during this pandemic. The fourth mission of VA is emergency management. Our healthcare system has provided support to the emergency management mission by deploying clinical personnel to New York City and New Orleans. In addition, VA has deployed 15 clinical support teams, 5 from the North Florida South Georgia system, to support private nursing homes throughout our great state of Florida. Our teams have provided infection control training, proper training of donning and doffing of personal protective equipment, and proper hand washing techniques. As of May 14th, VA had provided support to 38 private nursing homes with 4,323 citizen residents. We should also remember all the service workers that have put themselves in harm's way to ensure that we continue to stay safe and comfortable. Please know that we thank you for your selfless service. On this day, we bear witness, bringing honor and meaning to a tradition of tribute to our departed heroes, those courageous men and women who have answered the call of duty and served in harm's way for the sake of this great nation. From the opening rounds of the American Revolution fired at Lexington, the incomprehensible devastation of the Civil War, through World War I, World War II, Korea, through Vietnam and Desert Storm, Iraq and Afghanistan, to those who have fought and still fight today so hard and valiantly in various parts of the world. Americans of every generation have been called to defend the frontiers of freedom. However, too many did not return to their families. Why have so many willingly faced the horrors of war? Why did they leave the safety of home and family for the dangers of the battlefield? Why have so many of our veterans given freely of their blood and their lives? It was not to seek personal gain or a path to fame. Their country called, and they answered. A simple patriotic response which had such momentous consequences for their own lives and for the freedoms that we enjoy today as a result of their ultimate sacrifice. As we reflect on what might have been for their lives and those who died in service to America, we can conclude that hope for a better country and a better world was one of the goals for which they sacrificed. It is up to us to follow through and forward to that goal. In the words of Abraham Lincoln, it is for us, the living, rather to be dedicated to the unfinished work which they have so far nobly advanced, and to bind up the nation's wounds by providing the best care possible for those who shall have borne the battle and their families. This is a task for all Americans, for all those who collectively are the United States, a task requiring love, understanding, and wisdom, a task that calls for increased devotion to the cause for which they gave their last full measure of devotion. That is what we remind ourselves on this Memorial Day 2020, and that is the message that we should all carry forward this day and every day. God bless our nation's fallen heroes, all of our veterans, and those who gather to remember them today. and our wonderful country. Thank you.
Hi, my name is Ronna Jackson. I am a Gold Star mom, and I represent our Gold Star families here in Alachua County. We come to you today on this somber occasion to honor and respect our fallen heroes, as today's holiday, Memorial Day, is all about our heroes. I'd like to challenge everyone to start saying honor and respect Memorial Day, because there's truly nothing happy about Memorial Day to a Gold Star family. Unfortunately, every day to a Gold Star family is Memorial Day. We know firsthand the sacrifice and the cost of freedom. We will be presenting with each Gold Star family one of these thank you cards, a folded flag, and also in this packet is a folded flag that they can wear on their lapel. The one that's on the outside of the card is a folded flag with a Gold Star in the middle. That way, if they'd like to place it on their hero's grave or pass it along, they can do so. And we do this all to honor our fallen heroes. Thank you.
My name is Dwayne Romine. I'm the Disabled American Veterans Representative for the Voluntary Services at Malcolm Randall Hospital.
Hi, I'm Jim Lynch. I'm the retired Alachua County Veterans Services Director, and I'll be reading the names of our veterans who have lost their lives since last Memorial Day. Jack Hurst, U.S. Army. Fred Chapin, U.S. Navy. James Gleason, U.S. Army. Don McLean, U.S. Army. Kevin Walker, U.S. Army. James Goodson, U.S. Navy. James Gamberton, U.S. Navy. George Randy Kite, U.S. Army. John Turner, U.S. Navy. James Lee, U.S. Army. James Waldrop, U.S. Army. Stan Parsons, U.S. Army. Peter Perkins, U.S. Army. Bonnie Romine, U.S. Navy. Bob Gaucher, U.S. Marine Corps. May they rest in peace.
What cause? Ready. Aim. Fire. Aim. Fire. Aim. Fire. Ready. Hunt. Ordered. Hunt.
Sleep, comrades, sleep and rest. On this field of the grounded arms, where foes no more molest, nor sentries shot alarms, ye have slept on the ground before, and started to your feet at the cannon's sudden roar, or the drum's redoubling beat. But in this camp of death, no sound your slumber breaks. Here is no fevered breath, no wound that bleeds and aches. All is repose and peace. Untrampled lies the sod. The shouts of battle cease. It is the truce of God. Rest, comrades, rest and sleep. The thoughts of men shall be as sentinels to keep your rest from danger free. Your silent tents of green we deck with fragrant flowers. Yours has the suffering been, the memory shall be ours. Memorial Day is one of the few national and internationally celebrated days. It celebrates not the victors or the vanquished, but the fallen. So to all those who've fallen for king and country, for the United States, and for people around the world, we take this moment, this day, to remember your sacrifice.